Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Gray here. I wanted to first thank you for such a fantastic open house. Last week, we really got to celebrate all the hard work your students are doing. And it was really fun to see everyone and see you guys just kind of pop around and look at all the incredible work that people are doing. So thank you again for attending that and for taking lots of your students' work and a picture of them. I hope you enjoyed all of that. So we have lots of things going on as usual. We have just 2 weeks until spring break. Spring break is March 30th through April 3rd. And then some other things happening. I'm starting spring conferences next week. And then the week before spring break has an early day on Friday, March 27th. School gets out at 1:05 that day. And then on Thursday, March 26th, we're doing Read Across America Day. Read Across America Day is related to Dr. Seuss's birthday, which was last week, but we were getting ready for open house, so it didn't really line up. So we're going to do that on Thursday, March 26th, and that is a read all day. We're finishing up the novel we're going to be reading that day, so they'll be reading that. We'll read with our buddies, and the kids can bring their own books. We have books in class, and they get to read all day that day, which will be really, really fun. The last thing I just want to tell you is that, this time of year, we're short on tissue. So if you happen to have just an extra tissue box that you're willing to donate to the class, we'd love to have it. We could use it. Okay, what are we doing academically? So in reading, we're going to start a novel study together called Alexander Hamilton, The Outsider. This time of year, we're trying to immerse ourselves in the Revolutionary War, the people and the events that are building up the new country. And so the kids were reading American Revolution books in book clubs. We're going to read a novel study. A big part of the novel is about Alexander Hamilton's rise through the ranks during the Revolutionary War. And then, of course, his relationship with George Washington and other founders and the early United States. I'm reading out loud a book called I Survived the American Revolution. And in social studies, it's all going to be all about the important battles of the American Revolution. So you can see in lots of ways, we're really trying to look deeply at the people, places, and events of the American Revolution. In writing next week, it's all about our pen pals. Our pen pals wrote 2 letters to us, and we hadn't been able to answer yet, so the kids are taking time to look through those letters and also write a really substantive response back to them. So then we work on that all week next week. In math, we're looking at conversions. We're just starting to look at doing conversions and understanding units in different ways. We did a little activity yesterday, and it was really interesting. Lots of kids kind of understand. We hear about pounds and ounces and milliliters and centimeters. We kind of know those terms, but it's really hard to place them all the time. There's just a lot of different options, and so that was the activity we had done in a couple different ways this week. Was just trying to understand better what those units mean physically in the real world. And then we're taking time to actually do the mathematical conversions that we run into how many ounces in 1.5 tons. So that's what we're working on. We'll come back to that. Also next week, we're doing our final CML test, number 5. So we'll do a little bit of practice before, and then take that test on Wednesday next week. In social studies, like I said, we're talking about the important battles, people, and places in the American Revolution. The kids are doing a project. We're getting it ready as we go. I don't know exactly what the final product is going to be. We're essentially, for each important battle and person, we're making a short poem that has this very specific structure based on this book called The Important Book by Margaret Wise Brown, that they're able to kind of synthesize what's important about each battle in each stanza of the poem. I don't know what they're going to turn that into at the end. It's likely they're going to have a few different options. But the work they are doing each day is kind of putting together the most important things about whatever battle we're looking at. The kids will have science lab with Mrs. DeMarco. We'll meet our 2nd grade buddies next week. We'll play board games with Mrs. Kovac's class. We're doing physical fitness testing. Next week, we should only have push-ups and the mile run left to do. We will have done the mile run once already, and we'll probably do it one more time to either have kids improve their time, or if they just would like to run it again. So it's going to be hot, so we're running it in the morning on Friday. I don't think we're going to see about next Friday, but we're going to run it on Friday in the morning because it's so hot in the afternoon. we're going to work on Chit Chat number 3. We're doing March Mammal Madness in our classes, if maybe you've seen the animal bracket. And then finally, we're going to start working on our end of the year all APIS projects. There's a lot going on next week and for the couple weeks leading up to spring break. If you have any questions, as usual, please let me know. Other than that, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.